Got my boots on at the moment. These are my shoes, fancy. They're a little bit bigger, so you don't hit your foot here and at the back, sorry. But I'm not adjusting the height because I'm doing a live makeup Zoom tomorrow. So I just wanted to talk about the surgery that I had and put it online because I did look at other people's and there was like nothing for double bunion surgery, so on both feet and bunionette like this, every other toe. I don't know the special word for it. I actually have to get my paperwork because actually I should do that. 1 second. Listen to what everyone hears in the middle of the night. My poor family. Ready? I don't know where I put it. I'm really good at walking now, by the way. Still really hard to sit. Okay, so hammer toe correction, bunion, bunionette. Well, to put, yep. And HyProCure, yep. Okay, so basically this is the foot, right? They broke here, put a screw here, broke here because this toe was like going like this toe was going like this. All these toes were like this, fixed up all the metatarsals underneath, then re-straighten the foot, and then everything will go back. So it's basically like a foot reconstruction in the most simple way possible.
It's a HyProCure implant. I don't know why I keep saying it wrong.
HyProCure implant, that's my foot. It goes in here. There's like a hole in there and it goes in there. And when it goes in there, it corrects the flat foot instead of snapping the foot from here. And you have like this massive scar and they literally snap your foot in half. That is like, no. Why I picked this surgeon now, 2 things to remember before you go picking your surgeon. There are 2 types of surgeons for Australia. I don't know about anywhere else around the world because everywhere else I looked was like American like videos online. So it was really hard to like make a decision from an Australian point of view. There are podiatric surgeons. Podiatric means podiatry surgeons that are registered, or podiatrists. Or there is a, sorry, it's so annoying. Maybe I'll just push it a little bit back. Or there are orthopedic surgeons that specialize in foot and ankle. The reason that I chose a podiatric surgeon over an orthopedic surgeon, and the reason for this is this specific surgeon has specific techniques. There are multiple techniques, and I went to multiple surgeons and I spoke to people in my family that have had the same surgery. The difference with this surgeon is with the orthopedic surgeon, and now there are things like health benefits that are Medicare and private health. Private health will cover orthopedic. Private health does not cover podiatric surgery. So you would have to pay for the podiatric surgery out of your own pocket, which I did, and I'll tell you my reasoning for this in a minute. Podiatric surgeons are very, very specialized in their area. They are, like, I guess if you want to, from a healthcare point of view, they're less qualified, but they're really not less qualified if you do your research and you're like, you actually look at what you're getting and how they're doing the surgery and what techniques they use. And I'll go through this in a minute because this is super important to me and why I chose this. So a podiatric surgeon and orthopedic surgeon. Orthopedic surgery, the surgery itself and the hospital will be covered by your private health and your Medicare. Podiatric surgery, depending on your cover for private health, would not be covered for the podiatric surgery part, but the hospital will be covered by your private health because that's obviously included in most private health claims. But podiatric surgery is not included in my health cover, and I'm with Bupa, and sorry Bupa, but they are the worst for health cover with podiatric surgery. I think it was Medibank Private that was the best for podiatric surgery, but if you are looking at getting this surgery and you want to go to a podiatric surgeon over an orthopedic surgeon, then you would have to look at definitely changing your cover, because I was out of pocket a lot of money, which I'm not going to talk about because it's not the reason I had the surgery. I had the surgery for specific reasons because my feet were absolutely crook. So let's go through the problems of the feet. I just wanted to cover the podiatric part and the orthopedic part because that's something you should consider before having any type of surgery that is on your feet. Now, I'm no way a surgeon, a doctor, or whatever. This is like my experience, and it's very like, it's full on. So the problems that I had with my foot were bunion, which means the toe turns in. the big toe and a bunionette, which means the pinky toe turns in, then what happens is these 3 middle toes have nowhere to go, and then they push up, and then they basically claw, or hammer toe is the correct correct terminology, I guess. And there's another part of it. I can't remember how to say the name, hence why I have all of my paperwork here in front of me. So with the bunion and the bunionette, and this is where I'm going to go into the types of surgeons that I saw. So I saw 2 orthopedic surgeons, and I saw the podiatric surgeon, and I also got a recommendation that to go to this podiatric surgeon from 2 other people who have had this surgery from that surgeon. Now, my surgeon is Dr. Ozcan, and he is really, really amazing. He does not put pins in every toe. So the other orthopedic surgeons that I saw, which I'm not going to name because I didn't go with them and I didn't have my surgery through them, so I cannot comment on their surgery or the after of it. I went specifically for technique. The technique that Dr. Ozcan uses, and I'm not a doctor, so like, do not quote me on this. Go and get your own recommendation from him. Go and see your own 5 surgeons and go and pay for it yourself, because you might have a different view. This is my view. So with the bunion, obviously you need a screw. So, not a screw, a pin. So I have one pin in each foot, because in order to straighten out the bunion, you have to like cut the foot here, open it, pull the bunion like thing out and like fix it and whatever he does, and put a pin in it. Because all of these toes had to be broken, and actually when he went in there, he actually did 2 more breaks on each of the feet, because it looked funny when he fixed it all up. He breaks this, puts the pin. That's the first bunion. Bunionette, still not cute, even though it's a bunionette, is turned in, and that like had to be broken but didn't require any pin. Other surgeons do pin that. And one of the orthopedic surgeons I saw pinned and one didn't. So they all do different things. Then 1, 2, 3, these 3 toes that push out of their slot, because the foot goes like this, that pushes up. Then they go like this.
They didn't end up cutting my ligament. They just broke the metatarsals.
And release whatever they have to release in order to make the toes stop doing this and go like this. They also have to break these and fix them back into position, because the whole foot is now like fully deformed from this. Also, another thing I had was sesamoiditis. Sesamoid bones don't usually aggravate you unless you have other problems, or if you're unlucky. In my case, my sesamoid bone on one foot was in 5 and my sesamoid bone on the other foot was in 3. So the left was worse than the right. The left needed more work than the right. Now, the sesamoid is what was causing the most pain, but then the whole foot was like fully had corns on every toe. And the sesamoid bone, if I went for long walks and runs, which I do like to do, it was hurting. It was like so painful. After a while, like I'd kind of walk like this on the outside of my feet, or like kind of like, if I could put my hands flat, it was like this on the ground. After a long day, I'd be like that. And I'm still kind of learning how to walk back now. Anyways, so those were all the problems and that's all the stuff. So let's just go straight into now like the recovery. They said on the first day, which was very, I'm just looking at like my post-operative instructions. It said on the first day that I should be able to walk for like try and walk. I couldn't walk. I'll show you all my progress video. I literally cried and I couldn't walk. The next day I took a few steps and I was like bum shuffling around and like just like sitting my bum on the seat and stuff. I could stand, but like it freaking killed. Like it killed. 1 week post-op, like you feel way better, and like I was actually surprised. And on my thing it says no more than 5 to 10 minutes every hour. There's no freaking way in the first 3 days that I did any 5 to 10 minutes every hour. Now, this is my thing, and I'm not going to show you any of my legal documents on here. So, foot correction of the hallux vagus by osteotomy of first, foot correction of claw or hammer toe, which is this, phalanx metatarsal accessory bone or sesamoid bone. So that's these bits here where they fixed it. Then they had the 2 screws in here to fix the flat foot. The flat foot I can show you a photo of because I'm not that embarrassed of it. The flat foot means like my foot was like literally flat on the ground. I didn't realize how bad it was until we took the photos, but this screw in here is way better than snapping your foot and having a scar like this. I have minimal scarring, well, until I look, but it's a line and like little keyholes on the rest. Let's just go through this. Now, so I had a bilateral bunionectomy, a 2nd to 5th metatarsal osteotomies, and the 2nd and 3rd digital osteotomies, and a
HyProCure. Say it wrong every time.
Blah. That's my like intro to everything. This is now my recovery, because I feel like all those points were really important. Oh yeah, and you probably won't sleep for the first, oh, my battery. You probably won't sleep for the first 2 weeks. I did not sleep. I was waking up all the time. In the first 3 days, I like fully did the pain meds every 4 hours. I had 16 breaks in my feet. 16, that's a lot. And yeah, but I thought, like seriously, the pain meds helped me, but I thought it would be so much more painful than it was. So it wasn't as painful as I initially thought. Like I thought it would be absolutely screwed. I thought like I wouldn't be able to handle the pain. And by week two, even the end of week 1, I started lowering the pain meds. By the end of week 1, actually, I lowered the pain meds, but I've consistently through the week 2 was taking Panadol 3 times a day, and the Voltaren in the morning and in the night. But in the first week, you have to take like Keflex, which is an antibiotic to obviously control infection. I had Tremol, which is like fully knocked me out. I'll show you photos and videos of that. I absolutely look like a mess. I like was drugged out. My whole face looked really scary. And then so then the first week was Tremol, Keflex, Voltaren, and Panadol, but mainly the Tremol, and I was just like asleep the whole time. The second week was just Panadol 3 times a day and the Voltaren. Then the third week I just went to Voltaren in the morning and Panadol, and then Voltaren and a Panadol at night, and I just withstood the pain, and I progressively walked more and progressively could do more. And I did overdo it on one day, and I had to have a whole day rest, and then I rested for 2 more days after that because my whole right leg swelled up because I overdid it. I was doing on that day I did about 1,700 steps. On the other days I was doing about 600. I feel great, I feel good, I'm like ready. No, don't die. Even if you feel better by the end of the second week, that's great, but still rest. Okay, corrected my walking in week 2 because I was walking like this. So now I walk like that, and he was like telling me to lift. Let's go into the recovery. Sorry for the big ass intro, but it is super important because I feel like all of this was important, and then now you'll watch how I recovered and all the little snippets and videos. And some of these videos are like little Instagram ones because I'm filming some of these at like 3 a.m. I cannot wake my family up. And yeah. Sorry, 2 more things. Okay, so this is just like what the hyperculture thing is. So this is like my little thing. This is the ankle, right? That's where it goes in the ankle in there. Can you see that? Sorry. And it just is a titanium medical implant. So I have a titanium little screw. Oh, that's a better picture. See that? That's to help the flat foot instead of breaking the flat foot if you have flat foot. And then also just with the metatarsal osteotomies, it helps to like release the pressure on those parts of the foot when they become deformed from whatever problem that you have. So it basically releases that stress and that pressure on the bottom from when your toes do this or whatever they're doing. They could be doing this, you know. Anyways, okay, cool. Here's the recovery. Bye. Sorry. I'm gonna go through this. So post-op, the shoe has to be worn at all times. So I've been sleeping with a shoe for 3 weeks in bed at this point. I don't even know when I'm getting these off at this point. Keep your dressings dry. I've been showering with my feet out the shower door, and I sit on the floor. Ice pack is on your foot or ankle. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull my foot up. So the ice packs go here. They don't go onto here. They go like there. And when you have like your feet up, And the one problem that I had with my feet up was in the middle of the night, I was losing blood to my feet. So I had to like go down and kind of go like shake my feet down without touching the ground and get that blood going back down. And eventually, I think by the end of week 2, I had my feet flat on the bed, not up on the pillow, because the blood wasn't going up. But like you need it at the start, but you'll know, like you can kind of feel it. You're like, there's no blood going to my feet. It just hurts. Okay. Do not remove your dressings. Do not panic if you can't walk. 5 to 10 minutes of walking every hour. 48 hours after surgery. Elevate your feet. Every 1 to 2 hours, elevate the foot high for about 1 hour on 2 pillows to keep the swelling down. Reduce elevation if it starts to hurt, which is like when the blood doesn't go to the feet. And then following surgery, you need to change the way you walk because it's going to cause pain in other parts of your body. Try walk normal, not on the outsides of your foot. The dressing is applied in a specific way to put weight on the areas where you had the surgery. Do not take off your dressing unless instructed to. And no smoking. If you have fever and chills, call the doctor. Pain and swelling in the legs after surgery, call the office, which I did because I overdid it on that Saturday. Exercise legs every hour for 5 minutes by bending the knees, ankles, contracting the calf muscles, stimulate circulation. So I tried to like wiggle my toes and stuff. Oh yeah, and in the first like week, when you walk, you'll feel especially on the sides, because that is like the bones healing or where they're snapped. And he's like, have your feet stopped clicking? And I was like, no. And he's like, they will soon. And they did. So obviously the bones have like started to go together. And that is pretty much it. Yeah, cool. All right, now I'll start. Sorry again. Hey, bro. Fuck.
You need the pen?
I don't know if I can do it.
You need a hand. You definitely need a hand.
No way!
You can't? No.
No fucking way.
Just slightly.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get the keys?
Bye. Don't. I'm scared. Oh my god. Hi, it's a kite. Hi. Oh. Alright. Don't flop me up.
Feet? Well, no feet.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? You can turn it off.
Put them away somewhere so you don't lose them.
Thank you. Wait.
We're not ready to losers.
Please don't hurt yourself.
Ready? Shuffle.
Oh.
Current situation. Dead. No hands. No walls. Oh, shit. You! She's done it. Oh, oh, oh. Because they've been like up in the air. This is great. Mom, 90. Wow, this outfit is so good. Love these shoes. Holy shit. Matching McGregor and shit, you know? Oh, right. So I went to sleep this afternoon. Again, the doctor said no to the medication. I asked for more medication and he said no. So Pubs thinks I'm an addict. Anyway, whatever. I was going to vlog the whole experience, but I'm a weekend and I'm vlogging it now because I've had that many questions. It's actually, I looked up so many other people's vlogs as well and they didn't have it. So I wanted to know that I was making the right choice. It's kind of hard to make this choice and let's just keep going. I'm just going to use what I've got for video footage before to kind of make the vlog. After a long day, it's really hard to walk, so it's day 5. I can definitely stand now. Day 1, I couldn't stand at all. There's my ice packs on the ground. Okay, this is how I get up. Watch. I have no pants on. Alright, it's really difficult to walk. Okay, watch. I'm like grabbing onto everything. I usually need 2 hands. It's really hard. So I'm get something else and walk myself to the bathroom. Okay. I need to get off the phone, otherwise I'm literally gonna fall on my ass. Nah, I'm alright. I don't need it. I'm fine now. Day 6. Walking to my appointment. I'm gonna film some of it and
It's
get
gonna
photos.
look like a war zone a little bit.
Oh, I'm
Don't
scared.
panic about that as well.
Are you scared? I'm a bit scared. Is it gonna bleed? I realized it was like bruising up the back. I just saw
You
it
have
today.
bruising on your toes, on your back, on your ankles. That's
Are you scared? Oh my god, that's insane.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm scared.
Ask for yourself in a second.
It smells weird.
Oh my god. What did it? Caroline? You're safe? I'm not gonna run into you. Yeah! Holy moly. You won't get as bad as what you've seen now. No, I'm not worried. I've had other surgery before. There's 4 toes, that's inside.
That's so scary. Yeah, the right ankle was hurting before. And I feel like the fronts of my legs are sore, like in here, like in there.
Oh.
So I turned over like onto my back to kind of yeah, I can feel it. I turned over onto my back so I could stretch it out, and I tried to roll out as well.
Trying to carry the whole thing, it will hurt your rectus femoris, which is another muscle.
Yeah, I literally sat, like I kind of went onto my knees and stretched it out as well.
You've been keeping it dry?
Yeah, I had a shower, but I put my feet up in the air out.
Okay. Just lift your right foot off the ground.
Holy hell. Looks insane, eh?
It's your foot, it's more insane. And someone else is not that bad.
No, I didn't care. I'm excited. Yeah, the only thing, I had like a little bit of scar tissue here from when I was like younger, and I found like all the swelling was like going around it, like especially in there.
Yes, you can tell, yeah.
So it's kind of, I fell down the stairs and like dented a whole thing. So there's like a bit there. So it's kind of getting stuck. It's in, that's...
Not all off, but most of it off, yes. Just gonna check the wounds is all clean, and then we're gonna close it back. This is all dry blood, basically, so it has bled.
Nothing came out.
No, it's all looks clean, basically.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, it feels weird. Not so happy.
Those penguins, wasn't it?
Oh.
Movie.
How did the flat foot thing go?
Yeah, good. It's like, I think it was size 7 or 8.
Huh?
Alright, just relaxing. Just relax. Just
I can't, I'm scared.
Is it still clicking when you're walking?
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, that's fine. Just relaxing.
A little bit clicking. It clicked when you touched it too.
I know.
Not as bad as the first few days, but I couldn't walk on the first day.
But just relax your foot. Relax your foot. I'm gonna just feel things. Okay. Do you want to put your seat back?
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't record that bit. I was like screaming. But he also said when he opened me up that the bunion was pink, meaning the bone marrow was showing from it grinding. So it was really bad. Also, all the metatarsals were damaged as well
like
underneath
my
the
foot.
foot, which is like underneath all the toes. They were pink as well.
Yeah, someone messaged me on my story and they were like, oh, is that Dr. Ozcan? And I was like, yeah, it is. Why? And they're like, oh, I had my surgery. The dressing looks familiar. I said, oh, okay. And then I had another girl message me saying, asking me all these questions.
Slow down.
Alright.
Shit.
I can walk. Very good. Keeping it straight. Nice.
I keep looking at them.
Stop yourself. Just do this, okay?
Okay,
Again, 30, 30, 30 or 34, 34.
yeah.
So I just showered and it's like the hardest ordeal ever. You gotta sit on the ground, put your legs out of the shower, or if your shower is small enough, you can sit in like a V, like put your back against where, like I've got like one of those shower heads that come off, like where the taps are, and you take the taps off and then you like grab it down and like shower yourself, but you keep your feet like up on the other side, so you're like in a V basically in the box of the shower, or you can put your legs out. This depends how high you want your water pressure. I had it really low so it wouldn't wet my feet. But yeah, and now I'm tired because then I get out of the shower, you have to like, I sit a towel on the ground, then I sit on top of the towel on the ground, have another towel to dry myself, because if I stood after that for that whole time of trying to dry myself, trying to brush my hair, wash my like teeth, brush my teeth, all of that, it's like over 5 minutes, and then my feet kill and I'm screwed for the rest of the day. So at this point I'm just like but I'm just feeling out of it, and it's like literally 9 in the morning. I'm like, I'm gonna sit for another hour or so until my feet calm down so I can do my exercises, because it hurts too much to stand up at this point. But everything's going well. I can walk. I'm doing my exercises, which I'll show you after this, when I get a bit of strength up. But it's been 1 week and I'm pretty, like, I think I'm pretty mobile for 1 week, and I have 16 breaks in my feet. Plus, like, obviously the bunion is the major one because that has a pin. And then I have the Pro implant screw in my ankle to recorrect the flat foot, because my foot was like completely like this. Well, the left was like that and the right was like straight. But yeah. All right. I'm just going to put that there. Exercise time. Whew. Or maybe it'd be better if I'm on the, if you're on the floor so you can see. Slow as. All right. These are my little shoes at the moment. I've got black tape over, I'm like holding onto everything over. I haven't tried to go backwards yet. All right, so what I have to do, my feet are, you can't see my feet. I'm not walking properly. There we go. All right. So before I was kind of walking like this, like out like this. So what he said is like, I need to bring my feet close. I need to like look straight ahead. So I've been looking straight ahead and then been picking up my feet, like rolling to the front of my foot like a normal walk, because these shoes are not easy and I find it hard to turn around. So I have to lift, 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 lift. Otherwise I was fully just like walking like this, like, so I just practice a little bit, like my feet are going a little bit out because I'm looking down. Anyway, I'm not going to walk anymore because I actually need to do my exercises. I have to do 100 a day. So I like go near the wall, put my feet apart, and then you have to like bend in and you're supposed to go in to the front of your toe and like get that movement into the front, almost like you're going rolling in on your feet. And I have to do 34 in the morning, 34 in the middle of the day, and 34 at night. All right, that's a few, but I'll just show you the other one so I can turn the camera off. Then he wants me to hold onto the wall and oh, this really hurts. So turning in onto that big toe and getting the movement in it. And my legs are not very strong at the moment. So he also wants me to do that. The worst one, oh God, I haven't even finished any of the sets, but you do 34, 34, 34, 34. But the worst one, oh, it's so hard to bend down. The worst one is bending in on the toes. All right, I'm gonna do that now. Oh, because it kills. How to walk again is actually crook. So you gotta pick your feet up and roll off the front of your feet. Oh, oh, oh. No, I can feel like I'm like a baby giraffe. I'm getting pretty good, but oh.